tandem of running backs next to him, including Jeremiah Love. But to go to the air on first down, plenty of time. Carr over the middle is tipped, nearly intercepted, incomplete. See when Love gets involved. That'll be on second down and 10 with a hole. Jeremiah Love, major speed across midfield. Will they catch him? They will, just inside the...
Well, watch the safety now. He's going to go this way, and there's going to be a hole that opens up, and Jeremiah Love is going to run right to the area that was voided by the safety. You see the corner running in man coverage? He's no threat.
Carr on the run. Fires a little bit in front of his intent through the air. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week against NC State. Looking for another one here. Bursts away from the initial, and he's got it. Touchdown, Jeremiah.
Well, they're going to bring Raritan in motion. He's going to cut off the backside, and just watch Jeremiah Love just show a little patience, let these blocks set up, and then squirt out to the backside and accelerate to the end zone. Nice block by the left tackle.
Fake it to him on first down. Carr to the outside. It's caught by Faison. He gets dragged down after a pickup of gotten on the field. Appreciate it, KT. Whatever he's doing is working, and he's going to pick up the first down here.
Both run and pass. They can't crowd the line of scrimmage.
Tall task for defensive coordinator Danton Lynn, but it works here.
Well, just good penetration that time. Devin Tompkins is the guy who has really been the leader of this front plate.
So talented, so unique at his spot. Another free rusher. It's going to set up the screen for Love to the outside. He gets across the 40. They're on the season. From the 41, it's third down and 6, and it's a little bit down.
Yeah, just a little off. I mean, this is good enough protection. He just doesn't make an accurate throw, and that's 3 throws tonight where C.J. Carr has just been a little bit off. 2 of them to Raritan. And
first snap for Jadarian Price will be from the 29-yard line. Carr delivers, this time on target for Faison. Looking for the open space, and he'll go down after a gain of... On second down and 2. Carr, oh, look out from the blind side.
Past the quarterback. Watch the left tackle. He's doing what he should do, push him past the quarterback. He had no idea that C.J. Carr was going to try to wheel out that way. And that's...
Back at the 28. Screen, Price. Does he have enough blocking in front of him? Gets past Gentry. Price stayed on his feet, but he's short. Refocus, find some of that rhythm that he's been lacking early in this game. Handoff, it's Price up the middle. Look out for Price. Deep into USC territory across.
Every time Jadarian Price comes into the game for the first time, he gets a big run. Nice block by Eli Raritan.
Motion final minute of this opening quarter. Right back to Price. And he delivers some pain, keeps the legs churning, gets across the 25 in this threatening position. 2 runs, 2 passes, this time back to the ground for Love. And the stutter step move gets him across the 20.
Matt Jeffrey is in at wide receiver. He's way down on the depth chart, but he's a pretty good blocker, and they use him as a lead blocker on this play. Jeremiah Love follows right in there and gets the first down.
Not bad. Either way, sets up first down from the 16. On the handoff, up the middle, exploding. It's Price to the outside, to the corner for the touchdown. Jadarian.
Watch the block that he gets initially to spring Jadarian Price. He's going to open up a huge hole on the left side. Price goes through now. Downfield, here's again Malachi Fields, a wide receiver, blocking on the perimeter and allowing the running back to get to the front pylon for the Notre Dame touchdown. Excellent blocking at the point of attack, and then perimeter blocking by their wide receiver.
USC came in only allowing 109 yards on the ground per game. Faison, catch, run.
It's this kind of a look.
It's Love, and it's another solid start. Something at the line of scrimmage. He can call a new play. Love, look out. Jeremiah can't bring him down.
Well, watch again. Billy Strouth, watch the guard just annihilate his guy. Take him all the way to the other side. 2 deep safeties. Let's run the box.
Who's got 3 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Keep feeding it on the ground, and finally they get a stop.
Pauling has been quiet right here in the slot.
Instead to the outside, Faison's been the favorite target for Carr so far today.
To the game.
Love back in there to the outside. Jeremiah Love, the stiff arm. It's
power football now. They're going to pull the backside, and they're going to lead, and then you're going to see Malachi Fields, number 0, with the crackback. Line.
Love this time is Stonewall. On 2nd and goal, it is Love. And he is stopped. Push. Fake it to Love. Carr. Can he make it happen himself? Extending the play. C.J. Carr. What are you going to do, young man? Looking towards the end zone is picked. A major freshman mistake. Taken away by Brady.
Mistake. C.J. Carr doesn't want to give up on the play, but the play is dead. Throw the ball away and kick a field goal. Throw the ball away. Nothing's there. Don't force it. This opportunistic USC.
So 2 timeouts for the Irish from the 16-yard line. Carr, quick throw. Raritan with a catch across the 20. On 2nd down and 5, Carr to Love to the outside. Shows off the speed. Love still on his feet across the 30.
And picks up a nice gain.
Quickly back to the line. It's Carr. Good protection. Now he'll evade. Directing traffic. Carr uncorks over double coverage. It is brought in, but incomplete.
Thing enough to turn that around or change that call.
Terry McCauley, you see this is out of bounds?
This is really fascinating, guys. It's not a classic toe-heel step. If it's the side of the foot, then it's counted as a toe tap, and it would be in bounds. It's kind of on the edge. As you said, it was ruled incomplete. I think because it's close like that, it's not clear and obvious enough to reverse. But this is pretty fascinating.
After further defense. With a ground game that has chewed up yards, they'll stick in the air. Carr over the top to Love, turn it up the sideline and get out of bounds. In one final gasp to end the half. Carr steps up. Carr gets out of the pocket, and he does complete to Love, but it's out of bounds.
And you can see he intentionally went out of bounds.
Against this running game, and Jeremiah Love, who's out there on 1st down, they're going to throw it instead, and Faison makes the catch, shakes a tackle, gets away from a second, is in there, 1st down from the 37-yard line, handed to him. Jeremiah with a head of steam to the outside. Love into the secondary, across midfield, dives football.
Watch the block of Raritan. All right, that's going to get him to the edge. And then on the perimeter, again, Will Pauling with the block, Faison with the block, and a big
yards on 11 carries for Love. Looking for more. Good blocking. Slicing his way through this USC defense as Shelby finds. They'll throw it on 2nd down and 4, right back to number 4 for a 1st down. He's 57 yards and a touchdown in the 1st half. In there on this 1st down and 10. Back to the outside and right back to Faison. 2nd down and 6. And it's Price on the delay. Gets tripped up. The 2nd half on a 3rd down and 5. And they hand it off Price. He's got some space, but he does not.
4th down. These two teams have been very similar statistically on offense.
4th and 1. Handoff. Love barrels forward, and he's got
2 guys in motion, come right to the point of attack, and Jeremiah Love gets right in behind him. Power football. They both get.
This one 158 here tonight. Got it on the delay. Gets to the edge, inside the 20. 2nd down and 7, 10th play of this drive for Notre Dame. Carr loads it up towards the end zone, incomplete.
200 pounds. And even though Malachi Fields is big and a contested catch guy, he's going up against a guy who has a body and arm length about the same. And Nicholson does a nice job fighting him on that play.
So now here you are, a couple of games, he has exploded. It's Love, usually a good idea, and that's why Jeremiah Love.
Guard, watch this guy. He just takes his man completely out of the way. It's Gentry, the linebacker, who has walked up.
Card, design run. And he gets stopped at 7-7 at this point of the 1st quarter. Here's Carr, end zone, touchdown. Will.
They got close. Here's Pauling. He runs a great route to take leverage away from this slot defender and then runs right across his face. And C.J. Carr on the money with the throw.
interesting and curious in terms of what might happen. And now we do know what will happen.
And they have been.
237 yards between Love and Price. This is a throw knocked away. They love his talent, his raw ability. Stewart gets taken out. Carr, well short.
Stewart is going to be a great one, but watch Billy Shroud, who's been mauling people all night, have the upper hand on him. He's just going to bury him in the grass. It's an incomplete pass.
Season for Notre Dame, tied for the second most in the country. And now you can hand it off to this guy, Jeremiah Love. Malachi Field still held without a catch. Came in with 339 yards. Here's Carr. There is a catch. Grasp the momentum back. Now it's Love up the middle. Stutter step move, and a nice job by Bishop in there. 15 minutes to decide a winner here tonight. And it is Love up the middle. And they have played some great football up front to make room for this guy. Not this time. To not break. It's Love. Across the 15. And they will rule him down to the 13-yard. Down and 4 here for Notre Dame. It's Carr. Lets it fly. Oh, it's dropped by Flouts.
Not be as accurate as he normally is. Now, he had to throw that ball over Gentry, who's 6'6" for Notre Dame.
Jeremiah Love swallowed. The previous drive, back-to-back turnovers after the pick and now the fumble. And the first catch from Malachi Fields is going to go for 8 yards. They're going to go that way with Love, who's got enough for the first.
Boyd over here. They tried to shift to it late. They pulled Billy Shroud. They got the nice lead.
Delayed handoff. Jeremiah Love shows the burst. And right at the knocking door of the red zone.
Yeah, watch the center, Joe Otting, again making his first start. Does a nice job right in the middle of the defense. The right guard in there does a nice job.
National championship game as Carr hands it right back to Love. Jeremiah Love with a seam. It's first and goal.
And wide receivers. Starts right here. The offensive line blocks down. Raritan gets a block. Now watch the two receivers out front. Pauling and Faison. They stick on their blocks, and that's how you get big runs.
Goal. Design run for Carr. And he gets it to the... Carr, second chance, is good.
You're going to pull the backside guard. He's going to lead, but watch the block by Jeremiah Love. Maybe the best running back in college football. He's a lead blocker on this play.
Back to the ground with Price. Slips through. Price up the middle.
And this is one of them.
Second down and 5. Price this time stopped in the backfield.
5 seconds now.
Price accelerates to the outside. He dives forward.
Price diving for the first down. Watch Fitzgerald come up, get him low, but the dive is what...
Clock ticking down, 3:40 and counting. All Price this drive so far as he explodes. They need to be in there to try to milk this clock down. Nice job by Carr to handle that high snap, but it does go for a loss, so it'll get back. USC badly needs the stop. Carr kept it himself. Oh, he just to at least get him off course.
Yeah, I mean, just going with a naked bootleg. There was no receiver. Wasn't going to throw the football. Lost his balance.
Carr fakes it to Love. Pressure on the edge. Gets away. Lobs it towards the end zone. Incomplete. Will overdoing the coverage.
Yeah, it was good pressure. That forced him up in the pocket. He's just unloading it. The pressure was Anthony Lucas, number 6. Give Pauling a chance. Good coverage by Ramsey.
Receptions of this season for Maava and victory formation